Hi, everybody. My husband and I attended the Rededicate 250 on Sunday. And what do we do now? And I want to kind of give my answer to that question. Sunday, we rededicated our nation back to God. But in a way, we renewed our covenant with God. I want to read some information for you from the book of 2 Kings. And it takes place when Josiah was the king. Josiah was 8 years old when he became a king. And at the age of 26, he saw that the temple needed repairs. So he called together a group of people who were going to work on those repairs. And in the process, they discovered a lost book of the law. He read it. He had it read to all the people. And this is what happened. God said to them, "They have forsaken me and have made offerings to other gods. But because your heart was penitent and you humbled yourself before the Lord and wept before me, I also have heard you." And I think God heard the prayers of his people on Sunday when we renewed that covenant. And King Josiah stood by the pillar and made a covenant before the Lord to walk after the Lord and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all his heart and with all his soul, to perform the words of this covenant that were written in this book. And all the people joined in the covenant. At the time of Josiah, at the age of 26, he also was aware that there were altars in high places across the land. And if you go back and you read about the other kings at the end of the chapter, when it discusses each king, it says, "But they did not pull down the altars at the high places. But Josiah was the only king that did." And it says in 2 Kings 23 that the altar with the high place he pulled down and burned. And we know from scripture that at those altars, children were sacrificed. So we ask ourselves, as I'm standing here at the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court, where decisions are made about life, do we have altars where we are sacrificing our children to a false god? In Josiah's day, those altars were dedicated to Moloch, where they sacrificed their children. Are we sacrificing our children? So I call today for all of us to start praying, because this is a spiritual battle. And we have power in prayer through Jesus Christ for the pulling down of strongholds. And the word says that. So today I would ask you to pray for each individual justice by name, starting with Chief Justice Roberts, Thomas, Alito, Sotomayor, Kagan, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett, and Jackson. And while you're praying, remember that there's an important decision that this court will make within the next few months, and that's what to do about the abortion pill. The abortion pill is the most popular type of abortion in our country today. Estimates that over 60% of all abortions are for the abortion. We need that removed from our country, and we need this court to decide that. So I would ask you to pray for those two manufacturers that manufacture the abortion pill, that those would be closed. That would be a great start. But have the laws to follow that. The pills are dangerous, not only to the babies that it destroys, but also to the women. So if you would, I hope you will join us in prayer that the abortion pill would be removed from